Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.
Southeast Radio.
Well, from Istanbul to Dublin via Lisbon, Derya Sousa has established a business process automation solution which aims to help companies achieve their digital transformation goals. Kianda Technologies promotes no-code, low-code development, and Derya joins us now to tell us exactly how it works. Derya, we'll be discussing no-code, low-code development and how it is utilised by Kianda Technologies to help businesses to automate their processes. But first, I'd like to hear about your own career.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Sure. I actually studied urban design, architecture, town planning, but I fell into technology in my early career when I started to work in Portugal. So my background expands from web development to programming and IT consultancy from Portugal to Ireland in different companies.
So what inspired you to create Kianda Technologies, and was there a particular problem that you were trying to solve?
What inspired us was coming from an IT background, working in different companies, seeing the struggle companies go through when it comes to providing technology, when it comes to digitizing their business operations, business processes. Typically, companies rely on IT departments, and it becomes a really complex approach when only programming is possible by IT teams, or the amount of people who can actually program is very limited in typical workplaces. So Kianda fills this gap, providing a technology that is easy to use, that does not require programming or coding skills to create digital solutions for companies to move into digital transformation in an easier and approachable way.
So talk to us about the concept of no-code, low-code.
No-code, low-code is basically removing complexity of creating digital solutions, removing complexity of programming from creating digital solutions. This could be enterprise applications to typical creating a website or a simple form to collect information from consumers to business type of operation. So it can be used in various different scenarios. For us, it is allowing people, more people, whether they have programming skills or not, to be part of creation of technology, whether it's in, a construction site, an operation that requires collection of information, or in a pharma plant, maintaining, ensuring compliance of their operations. It's basically allowing business users, allowing typical, even IT admin users who may not have programming skills or technical skills to create solutions by basically using drag and drop type of interface rather than coding.
So what level of growth has the business enjoyed since it was established?
So we are in business more than 6 years, and our growth has been, when we started, has been from different countries. We have started from exporting from day one, companies in Europe, then US, Australia, of course in Ireland. But in the last while, since COVID, we had seen an increase in our growth due to companies looking for quick solutions. I would call that a quick solutions for big or small problems they were facing back then. And since then, I think we have become a more known name in the market for what we provide in the low-code, no-code, and digital transformation space.
You were operating within a competitive space, so how has Kianda Technologies been able to stand out amongst the big names in the market?
Yes, we are operating in a quite competitive space. We have some really big household names providing solutions in the market. What makes us stand out is that Kianda provides a very flexible and modern interface. So being an enterprise solution, typically many systems out there are not user-friendly. They're not modern. They don't work easily in different devices. They're not responsive enough. There's always limitations. they might require to connect to other systems or companies to have another system in place to work. So Kianda is platform agnostic. It can work in any device. It's responsive. It even works offline. So what we have done is basically removing those limitations and bringing a modern next generation solution to the market. In addition to that, our customer service has been one of the really important reasons why customers have stayed with us since they started, and Kianda has expanded into their operation and became a critical solution.
And in terms of future growth for the business, will this be achieved through new product development or further geographical expansion?
Kianda is a technology that can be used for many use cases, from simple operations, HR onboarding, to finance processes, from simple approvals to complex business processes. Currently, we are approaching to market with a strategy that is allowing us to productize. We are building solutions that are ready to use on top of our technology that will even make it easier and a lot faster for companies to start using pre-built solutions. And current focus that we have is health and safety for construction and manufacturing companies. We recently launched a package of applications for health and safety. We will be focusing on this as well as other products that we are planning to offer in the coming months to the market.
And do you expect to seek external investment to achieve your growth goals?
So when we started first 4 years, we have grown organically. And just less than 2 years ago, we raised our first round of investment. And we would be looking for another investment in the early next year. We would be looking to raise another round to help us expand our operations into more international markets. We are currently in conversations with some partners in the US and some other regions. So this type of approach of funding will help us to expand our operations faster.
And talk to us about how the technology actually works.
So the technology works in a way that it runs on user's browser, and it's a subscription model. Companies sign up and they start using the system. There are pre-built applications that are available for companies. Then typically what happens, we help them onboard into the system, support them until they are ready to be using their first applications. Typically for an end user, it's basically an interface that works in any browser or any device, and they can capture information for their day-to-day operations. For an admin user, it's basically going into the system and creating solutions, like drag and drop, putting forms together to create a business process, being able to see information, data in reporting dashboards. So they are typical interfaces that I think mostly businesses are used to using this, but the beauty or the uniqueness of these interfaces are created by the companies themselves, by the users working in these companies in a very flexible and customizable manner.
And having lived in both Istanbul and Lisbon, how would you rate Ireland as a place to start and to grow a business?
That's a great question. Yes, I'm from Turkey. I lived in Istanbul. I studied in Istanbul. Then I moved to Portugal. I studied and worked in Portugal. Then I moved to Ireland. So having seen all these three countries and cultures, I'd say Ireland is a great place to live and is a great place to start business. The reasons behind this are there's great support available for companies to start their businesses here. But not only that, I think the people that I work with, people I live with from my personal life to my professional life, is a really great way of feeling that sense of comfortable, welcome
And Derya, early on in your entrepreneurial journey, I know that somebody told you not to hire a salesperson. Looking back, was this good advice?
So that was very early in our journey. And yes, absolutely. I think this was a great advice. Not having sales experience myself, always having technical IT experience and building a really good product, not biased, but I want to say that it's a really great product. We thought that it would sell by itself, but it doesn't work like that. So really, somebody needs to go out and sell. And for us to experience that from very beginning, it was quite important to understand the challenges, to go through what in the future our teams might be going through ourselves from firsthand. I think it was really important, and we did really well, not having sales background, but we managed really bootstrapping. We managed to close really great deals from first customer from Denmark, another one from Belgium, then from Ireland, Portugal. So we were convincing some good-sized enterprises to use our platform by basically founder sales. Founder-led sales was working for us really well.
And finally, Derya, what are your ambitions for the company over the coming years, and is it your plan ultimately to sell this business?
It's hard to say what's going to happen in 3 to 5 years, and it's hard to say that the plan is to sell the business. For me, it's not really about what the destination is. It's about the journey we're going through and enjoying basically what we do, and seeing company grow and expanding into different markets from US to in Europe as well, in different markets in Europe. For us, it's all about growth.
Well, if you've just tuned in, that was Derya Sousa from Kianda Technologies, and we would like to wish her every continued success with growing her business.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.
South